Hey guys, ChiliCoop here. Today, we're going to be working on the build we started on last volume. The Triforce Tower is what I called it. And what I'm thinking we can do for the other side is just kind of mirror this. But I wanted to get some glass for this floor here. But I still wanted to keep this outline. So I got to get some more of these blocks and get some glass really quickly. And I want to also work on the bridges today as well. And what I'm thinking we can do for the bridge is do a cobblestone edge, kind of match this. Or we could have fences, I don't know. Hold on, maybe we can like make this one more block outward, like this. Just watch this, guys. Okay, watch. And then do that, then this, and this. And kind of have it to where this is one more slab upward. No, I got an idea. I'm gonna need this crafting table though, hold on. I need a crafting table for this. And do this, maybe like that. Wait a minute, maybe we can do that with the oak slabs. With these instead, and then make these full blocks on the sides. I want to have some kind of fence on these bridges. Yeah, what we can do is do this here. And kind of have normal spruce and we're like this. Do this a lot with my builds and go back and forth. Does that look good? I wonder if I should do slabs, maybe. Oh, that looks good. Okay. And then I'll do slabs on that part as well. And I'll kind of mirror that. There we go. That actually looks really good. Okay. So I gotta do it on this side as well. Kind of do this to go across the river. I'm not sure what we should do for the inside part or underneath. I'm thinking of just kind of having it maybe like a pond, kind of open water. Can work on that as well. I want to kind of finish this area up today. I'm really in the Minecraft mood right now. I played a little bit earlier today, and I don't know. I just, around this time of day, I really crave Minecraft a lot, so, which is understandable. I feel like a lot of people crave Minecraft all the time. Either that, or I'm going through my 2-week phase, which is most likely the reason. I've always craved playing Minecraft, especially on this series particularly. I just always liked progressing and stuff like this, especially after months of doing it. I wonder, nah, I gotta do slabs here. Hold on, I'll do glass here. I just don't really like breaking all this wood because my axe is very low on durability. I gotta start getting more reliable tools. Alright, I'm gonna make it kind of end here. There we go, like that. I don't like how you drop items. That's why I want to update this world, because that doesn't happen. If you have a item in your inventory like this, and then you press escape, your items drop. And I remember the update where they patched that, and I was so happy, because I hated it when that happened. I remember watching this one YouTuber who was goofing around with diamonds, and he did that on purpose, but didn't realize that he actually did drop his diamonds into lava. It was so embarrassing. And the next update, they patched it. I remember the moment that happened. And I was like, oh wait, they patched it. He was too late for that. And so that kind of sucks for him. And if you don't know who it was Poofesher. I used to watch him all the time. But then I got kind of bored of his content. It got to be a little too much. That happens with YouTubers a lot for me, is I watch their content for years, but then they just become a little too much, and I just don't really like their content anymore. He's a good YouTuber, don't get me wrong, but it's just, I started to not like him as much. Especially the fact he's kind of raunchy a lot of times. Which, I mean, a lot of YouTubers are, but that used to be my kind of favorite type of YouTuber, is raunchy. Just because of the sketchy humor. But getting older and stuff, I kind of get away from that. I used to also watch Family Guy around that time as well. Again, raunchy humor. And I liked it. I watched the entire show when I was like 14, I think. And years later, I got kind of bored of it, so I started watching other shows. One of my favorite shows is King of the Hill. And the show is not raunchy at all. It's still one of my favorite shows. I watch it as one of my comfort shows. And I highly recommend you guys watch that show. That, and I'm also for the first time, I'm watching The Simpsons. I'm on season 28 now, and it's just something I've been having in the background, kind of. But I want to go back and rewatch the early episodes, because these new episodes really suck. I'm not gonna lie, they're horrible. There's nothing really interesting going on in The Simpsons yet. My favorite episode of The Simpsons has got to be Camp Krusty. That's a really good one. I gotta rewatch them again, because I kind of forgot all the episodes that were out around that time period. Okay, there we go. And then I'll have slabs here, because I feel like stairs can be too drastic of a gradient, and so it just kind of, it's very steep at times. Alright, let me go get some glass. I want to start working on the floor on here, and yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. I also want to start working on that bridge outward. And I want to start working on this area over here. I want to show you guys really quickly. So over here, there is this gigantic wall of just nothing. I don't know, I just kind of skimmed past this when I was building the pier and stuff. Up there, that's the clock and the library. But there's nothing here. I want to add some kind of... I don't want to do another cafe. I have one down there. I want to add something actually useful, like some kind of farm. I have an idea for a slime farm. And those are pretty big and spacious. I'm thinking this is the kind of perfect idea for that. Let me know what else I should put inside of here. I might add something like that at some point. Over here is the Sea of Names. Now, this is for every single dog that has died. Here's Chili the dog. He died last year. And here's Unknown Dog. And then this was for the other dog, but he's stuck in the clock tower, but he's not actually dead, so he's not... He doesn't have his own tombstone yet, but that's reserved for the next dog, which I tamed here, Unnamed Dog, which I didn't actually give him a name yet. I was gonna let you guys name him, but we'll leave him in there for now. I don't want him to end up on the Sea of Names. I need some glass, so let me get that very quickly. Okay, in the meantime, while these smelt, I'm gonna continue building these bridges and just kind of skip the glass part, because it's not the most important part of the build. It's a pretty minor part. I think I'm maybe using slabs instead of blocks. Hey, we got our first Wandering Trader. Those are not on Wii U Edition, and this is the first one in our world. And I need a new shovel. I forgot to make a new one of those. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, I am pretty picky on my builds. I know I shouldn't really be that way, but I like to make sure my builds are the highest of quality possible. There, I think this bridge is done. I just need that glass and I'm done. And so let me make the other bridge here on this side. Also, if you've been consistently watching this series, you've gotten to a point where I've been going through some changes in this series. I've been going through a more calming version of it. Before, it kind of used to be a little chaotic and more like Stampy's videos, which of course he did inspire me to make this series, but it kind of got to a point where it was kind of too much like Stampy, and I got a little tired and having that whole energy. I was showing more energy than Stampy did, I think, most of the time. But as getting older and everything, I kind of like keeping more calm in these series. Like, I'm really enjoying this. This is almost like me just playing alone, but just talking. I really enjoy doing this more. For a while on my series, I really thought all I could do was just show extreme enthusiasm in everything I built, and that was one of the contributors that led to me kind of taking a break from this series. I think you get over. I really think getting inspiration from other sources does help when coming to certain decisions you make on your own. So don't copy what other people do, but definitely take some notes as to what they're doing, and then put that into your own style, because I don't want to copy anyone. No one should. And anytime I borrow a inspired idea, like the Cool Garden, for example, from Stampy, I always credit him. So definitely credit people where credit is due. Okay, now let me add the cobblestone side of this here. I really am liking this so far. It's kind of giving me a nice vibe here. I like the waterfall here is so perfect. I want to add more trees and bushes and stuff. I'm probably not going to add glass here, just because it's going to be full blocks and it's going to look kind of strange. So I don't really want to do that on this bridge, per se. Let me see. I just realized I used a stair there. I'm supposed to use a block. There we go. Let me know what kind of other building palette I should use, because I know my builds all have the same block palette, so it's very limited as to what I'm building with. But I like building with the same blocks. It kind of keeps me in a particular uniform rhythm, which I don't think is really a problem. It's just when I see other people's builds a lot of the time, and sometimes my older builds, I'm like, man, I really kind of let my building inspiration go. I don't know what happened there. So that's kind of what happened with that. I want to make some doors for this part here. You know, maybe, you know what? I think it would look better if it's more open. Because I think it looks like if it was built in a more inside look, it would just be way too small and cramped. So I'm not going to add doors here. But I will add windows on these. And kind of open this up more. Again, I really need a shovel for this part. Perfect. And I think this bridge is looking pretty good so far. Look at that bridge. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, I'm going to keep these bushes going along here. I did some adjustments with the audio. I know some of my older videos, or my previous volumes, the game audio tended to be a little too loud. Like, if I was destroying these grass blocks, you couldn't hear me. So I did do some adjustments. Let me know if they sound good. I will be, obviously, checking myself as well, if this sounds okay. So, I want to... what should I do? Maybe make this to where you can enter this highway from up on this side. So I can have the walkway kind of branch out. I want to put 2 trees along this part here. And kind of have it to where these walkways go around a planter with this tree in it. Please grow, tree. I don't want to waste all my bone meal on one tree. Please grow. Okay, thank you. I'm going to add some more trees along here. Okay, good. I need a new shovel so I can dig out a new pathway. Bushes along this. That's going to look nice. I probably should do the same on this side, in case you want to walk up just to enter the highway part. It's going to be a highway and probably should elevate or go up higher, but I don't want to make this building any taller than it already is. So I'm going to kind of keep it like that. I will keep these window parts though, and you can just kind of walk up this way. Let's see what the Wandering Trader has to offer. He has a bucket of tropical fish. That's pretty good for what we were going to do with the river, but for 5 emeralds, absolutely not. Goodbye. Goodbye, bro. Let's get this glass now. Yeah, I'm still looking through these recipes from this new account, so pardon those interruptions up there. I have some diamond armor actually over here. I was saving this for enchanting it. I'll keep the iron chest plate, but I'm gonna put this on. Actually, we look kind of spruced up here. And we had no shields crafted because they didn't exist in Wii U Edition, so that's the reason we don't have that. We'll do the trees again on this side like we did on the other side here. We gotta make sure to add torches on the trees too. There's a very big lack of lighting on this area of the world, so we'll add some torches on these trees here like this. We gotta wait for that to grow. Alright, so while we wait for that to happen, I'm gonna place more bushes along here. Okay, so that looks good. We'll do the same on this side, and we gotta dig the path out. One thing I like doing on Minecraft Worlds is adding like a gigantic scale train layout. Not like Minecraft tracks, but like full on, like a big track with these tracks. What I usually do for the rail part of the track are these on either side. And then I usually add slabs in the middle to make it look like the track is connected. So this is, it usually looks like this. This actually looks just like a train track. A little segment of one. And that's what I usually do for that. And while not functional at all, it is pretty, it's a pretty cool decoration to have. So I like to do that in my worlds. But my axe and sword are at their last straw right now. So what I'm thinking we could do is once we enchant these tools, is we can... What I was thinking we could do is combine them in a crafting table so they regenerate health. But if they're enchanted, it gets rid of the enchant. So the only way you can regenerate health on a tool without mending is an anvil. That takes levels, and the more that you do that to any tool, the more XP it takes over time. And at one point, it does make it to where you cannot replenish the health on your tools. So that kind of sucks for that. I do have glass this time, so I'm going to do this on the bridge first. Just kind of get this part over with. I think it looks really cool. I think it would look maybe better with blue glass, but I think this is good for now. I'm going to keep that as normal glass. I think this looks really good. And I'm not going to put any glass there because you're going to bang your head every time you enter the Triforce Tower. This isn't going to really serve any purpose. The only purpose this building serves is a starting point for the highway. And that's going to be pretty useful for our world. Alright, so let me see how I did it on this side. What I did, I'm going to place that there and like see here. That looks good. Now, one weird thing about these particular blocks, some of the older blocks that I had when this was Wii U edition, once you place them and then put them back in your inventory after you break them, they don't stack with the old items. I don't know what causes that. There must be some kind of separate, different code or something. I have no idea what causes that. I'm gonna have to go for more stone once I run out of this here. Kind of running low on supplies. Usually, when I go for supplies and stuff, I just do it off video. Like if I'm mining sand or wood or something like that, I do it off video because no one wants to really see that. And I think it would be more interesting if I did stream it. Let's see here. What the heck did I do here? Oh, I see what I did. Alright, so this here. And there we go. That there. Okay. I can do it on this side too. Almost done with the perimeter or borders of this part. I gotta get more sand, of course, for that there. And I think this is really looking good so far. I think it really looks good. I want to continue working on this part over here. Let's see. It does get kind of complex at a point, and the reason I'm not building this pathway yet is because I want it to match that other side, and the only way I can do this is if I finish that side. So I'm still waiting for that. Not cobblestone blocks, whatever they're called. I get the name mixed up a lot. There we go there. I think I just used yeah, I used oak in the other side. Oh, I had windows, that's what it was. I had windows at these parts. I'm really nervous about this axe. It's gonna break literally any second. It still hasn't though, surprisingly. Okay, I think this is looking good so far. Let me check it to see if it looks symmetrical to this side, and it looks like it does. Okay, nice. Okay, do this here. There we go. That here. And the inside, I used spruce for the floor. And then I started the staircase at a point here. What was that again? For this top part, I have to check this side again. This is way too close. think that is too. Alright. Back and forth, back and forth. That seems a bit... yeah, it's too close. It's a block too close. I'm surprised this axe has not broken yet. It could literally break any second. It's probably gonna break here. I'm sure of it. Oh wow, it still hasn't broken. We gotta like do some kind of bet here. See how long this axe lasts for. Alright. And then... no! No! Oh no! Okay, he didn't blow up as much as I thought he would. That was pretty innocent creeper. Oh, that kind of sucks though. This is probably the easiest repair I've ever had to do. Kind of scared me for a second. That would have been worse if he killed me. Thankfully he didn't. Still don't know how he really spawned though. That is a bit odd. Perfect. Now, continuing with the staircase leading upward here. I keep hearing this skeleton underneath this. Like, where is he? Is there like a pit? It might have been a crater I filled in. Would not be surprised if it just spawned in a dark crater. Okay, so for the cobble part, which is like the last part of this section here, it goes one block up on either side, and then the stairs start. Pretty simple build here, following my past build. Okay, so I got some more glass and stone. I have some more smelting right now. This should be enough to finish this side of the entryway, but it literally looks exactly like the Triforce. Look at this. The bridge kind of makes it more obscured now, but before it really did look like the Triforce. Let me finish the staircase on this side and work on the pathway. I want to also extend the pier a bit. It's one of the easiest builds, so it should be pretty quick, but that'll be another pretty simple build. I want to make it stop where the waterfall is, so it's not going to be that long. It's always been something that just gradually grows over time, so it shouldn't be that bad. Alright, there's that side. There we go. Just gotta add some glass here. I don't want to have a falling hazard. Alright. We gotta work on the glass a bit more, but other than that, this build is pretty much done. Oh yeah, I forgot the creeper blew up this side, so I gotta work on that too. I gotta dig this pathway out to where it connects to the other side. But I want to make this branch out this way or something. I want to build a gigantic structure here of some kind. I don't know what it is. I want to build more useful buildings and stuff. So let me know what it should be. I'm thinking of making it like another farm. I think farms are something we should build more of, like the cow farm or something. I don't know. But oh, see, look at this. Like I was saying earlier, some blocks don't stack. These are both spruce planks, but they don't stack on one another. It's so weird how it happens when you transfer a world like this. Alright, I'm gonna go back and probably check the glass to see if that's done. So let me do that really quickly. Oh, I want to see this villager again. He's invisible now. I forgot they do this. Yeah, he's not gonna improve his trades at all. So let me double check the glass. And actually, I want to show you my storage room. I don't think I've showed you this video yet. And if I have, you're gonna see it again. This storage room I sketched out a while ago, and it's been improved over time. There's this little cool nether spot I built with the old nether texture. I have the new one, and I could switch to it if I wanted to, but I like the textures that the Wii U edition has, so I'm gonna keep it on this for now. And once they update the world, I'm probably gonna switch the textures to the new ones. But I'm just so used. I'm looking forward to the summer drop coming out next month, I believe. Or I don't know when I'm posting this, but I'm recording this in May, so it's coming out. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! When was there a creeper there? I mean, luckily it didn't blow up, but it was still a close call. Like I was saying, the update is coming out soon. It probably came out by the time I uploaded this video. School just ended recently for me. There's this new thing they were doing where they make it to where you can waive your exams, which I think is so cool now. If you have good grades and don't have any absences, your exams are waived. and of course my shovel broke. But that's something new they introduced this year. It used to only be for seniors, but this is like the one thing I wish they had since I was a freshman in this high school. Because I had to always take them, but yeah, I got the opportunity to waive most of my exams. There was one exam I couldn't waive, and it was for math. So I had to show up for one day last week for the math exam on Wednesday. Math has always been something I had trouble with. I just took Algebra 2. Next year I'm going to be taking math for college algebra, which does not sound fun. But since I'm going to college, it is the best course I should take. So I'm just going to be taking that next year. I've been told it is almost as hard as Algebra 2. But hopefully it's like Algebra 1. I was actually pretty decent at Algebra 1. I took it in middle school, and then I didn't take the test in middle school, so I had to retake it in high school. I didn't get that credit yet, and so I had to retake it. And since I took it twice, it really did get easier for me the second year especially. But it really is just an overall easy class, so it wasn't really that difficult for me. Algebra 2 is not at all the same as Algebra 1. If it misleads you, being like, oh, well, it's just the second version, it's not that hard. It is a lot harder and different. It's the worst sequel that most movies have. That's what Algebra 2 is. I took geometry last year. It was in my sophomore year of high school. I took geometry. And it's not at all like algebra at all, but it is, I would say it's a little easier than Algebra 2. It still is hard though. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty difficult. I passed it, thankfully. I never really had that much difficult in the class, but it was also mostly the teacher. She was very nice about it though, so that's why I was happy that I got to take that class with her. This year, the teacher I had wasn't a mean teacher or anything. He just didn't excel at in-depth teaching, which a lot of teachers happen to lack. All right, I had to get some more spruce, and I got enough glass to finish this build, so let me do that really quickly. And this shouldn't be that long. It's also very satisfying to finish a build like this. And so this is gonna be very satisfying, just putting this glass in. Look at this. Oh, that's satisfying. I finished that. I gotta do that glass along this wall. I'm thinking, since these are stairs and glass won't look good next to it, I'm thinking of just adding it along this part here. So let me add some glass blocks. It honestly, I think, would be more efficient to use panes, but I'm already this far into it, so I'm not gonna go back now. But you would get like a lot of glass panes for this amount of glass blocks. I think you get like 16 panes for 9 blocks of glass blocks. So it is a very good deal, but you can't use panes as a floor, which is why I've been using blocks this whole time. But we're already out, so it was short-lived. This is also very satisfying watching me fill the holes on this walkway. I know there's a phobia of a bunch of holes together, but these are square holes, so they're not really the same at all, thankfully. I don't have that phobia, but I know people who do. My Spanish teacher in middle school did, and she was like, oh my gosh, I get so disturbed every time I see it. The new smartphone, she mentioned, fidget spinner camera, gave her that phobia, so she didn't really have one of the newer phones on just for the camera. Look, she didn't want it, so it was kind of an interesting decision on her part. But since I didn't have the phobia, and also because I didn't really care much for my Spanish teacher, I remember trying to gross her out as much as possible so she didn't have to teach us. I was like, actually, you know what, I'm not going to say it, because if any of you guys had that phobia, I don't want to gross you guys out, but let's just say I did gross her out on purpose just so she would waste her time in class. I hated Spanish class. I took it in middle school for 3 years. In high school, I took it another 2 years. I had to take it for the credits. They didn't transfer over from middle school for some reason. But I had to take it in high school, and then in total, I took it for 5 years. And I still don't know how to speak Spanish. But luckily, I had my credits. If I was to learn another language, it would be Japanese probably, because my dad went to Japan in the early 90s, he had a mission trip. He was a missionary. And he went to Japan on one of those trips. And he said it was so fun to go there. And I always wanted to go there ever since he told me that. So I know a lot of people like to go there just for the culture, which of course I would like to go there for too. And he has his Totoro plush. I'll put a picture of it on screen. He won this plush, and I think it was, I forgot what he told me. He won it in like a contest or something. So I have this like vintage Totoro plush from like that Studio Ghibli movie in my room. I usually put it on my chair, my desk chair. I really like the movie. I watched it for the first time recently, and so did he. He didn't watch it until a few years ago. And I love the movie. I'm actually watching all of the Studio Ghibli movies right now. My favorite is still Totoro. And I'm collecting the Blu-rays. And that's one of my summer projects, is to watch all of the Studio Ghibli movies, because I like that style. But I'm at that point where I gotta take a break. I usually watch like one a week. I don't want to burn through all the movies. And the style does kind of get repetitive throughout them. So I gotta take a break for now. But I loved watching Kiki's Delivery Service. That was the last new one that I watched. I really liked the music in that one, and the message was really good, where with passion, you gotta have inspiration for your passion. It's a good message. I recommend you guys watch it. But the Black Cat was me and my dad's favorite. We were watching it together, and he likes the Black Cat. Gigi, that's the name, Gigi. Kiki and Gigi. And the cat, he could talk. It's kind of one of those smart alecky cats, but it was in a funny way. I liked it. Another movie of Studio Ghibli I liked was Spirited Away, of course. That's the what people call the best Studio Ghibli movie is Spirited Away. I like the style. It isn't as like whimsical as like Kiki's Delivery Service or Totoro. It's more kind of serious. And what's the message in that movie? I kind of forgot what it was. I heard there was a YouTube video of someone saying that it was anti-work, which I find to be interesting because, I mean, they had to work to make that movie, didn't they? But anyways, it was a interesting movie discussion. I liked it to be like 4 blocks out. So for every, I think, 3 blocks, I make one of these pillars and I put a torch on top. So it's just gonna go kind of inward at this part, just so that it doesn't have to cross the waterfall. Kind of like that. That's exactly what I was going for. And that's the ravine over there, and then the pier. And for my next video, I'll probably do something with this. Once I finish the glass on the Triforce Tower, I'll work on this as my next project, because this needs to be fixed. It looks like an eyesore. So thank you guys for watching my video today. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Minecraft content, and I'll make sure to see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody.